Hi, good evening, dear friends. This is Efrat from Jerusalem. Today I would like to bring um, the story which behind, or actually the movie that yesterday got the Oscar Prize for documentary movie, which is co-production of Israeli and Palestinian directors. The name of the movie is There Is No Other Land. And it brings the story of some small villages in the south of Hebron Mountain, which are suffered tremendously from settler and also for some of the army forces there. This movie brings the story, which is very poor situation. But the message that this movie brings some hope. The Palestinian director said that he is doing this movie for his daughter that was born 2 months ago, and he wished her a different reality, a different life that his life that always cared and suffered. And the Israeli, I just want to bring his name, I forgot it. And the Israeli director said that we should understand that Israeli people will not be saved as long as Palestinian people will not be free. It's shortly the message. It is a co-production of Israeli and Palestinian directors supporting by Norwegian company. So let's hold this hope this other way.
Yeah, thank you, Efrat. Yeah, today Uta is back, so she's going to lead the meditation. I would like to add some addition to the spark of hope that Efrat brings. It's the month of Ramadan in the Muslim world. It's a month of spiritual cleansing through fasting and self-discipline and increased prayer and also good acts. And Ramadan is a time that fosters a sense of community, as all the Muslims around the world observe similar rituals. So it's a time of brotherhood for the Muslims and also of reflection and of piety. And those collective observances amplify the religious passions, and they also strengthen the social bonds and the spiritual bonds. In the area, it is a very, very emotionally loaded period in which we usually experience increased violence, which is fomented by the intensified passions. And in this situation in the Middle East, it can really blow up to extreme outbursts. So this is what we are expecting, hoping that maybe, so we can invoke the spirit of mutual esteem, respect. May it prevail and honor the meaning of those holy days and spread in the world as a universal principle, a principle of reverence for every human life. Thank you. And thank you for being with us. Over to you, Uta.
Yeah, thank you. Hello to everyone. Good to be back. And I just want to add on the note that Helen just shared that Ramadan is practiced and held holy by all Muslim factions. So it is a time for unity among them, and let us hope that this will help the summit that will take place tomorrow in Egypt between Arab countries, Muslim countries, to convene about the future of Gaza. So let indeed esteem and respect and unity be the keynote of that summit. Okay, so let us do our meditative work. Taking a moment to settle into our body. Touching base with our place of peace inside of us. Feeling the pulse of our heart. And collecting now our awareness in the center of the head. Being the conscious soul incarnate. Meeting together now in our group heart. And unifying our thoughts, our mind energy in the group mind. And standing together like a circle of wise elders as souls in the will to peace. Being aware of being in communion with all other soul-guided servers around the planet. And now opening ourselves, coming into vibratory alignment with our higher co-workers on the subtle planes who guide this work. Bringing our group heart into resonance with their high vibration of all-inclusive love, of grace. Holding this. And tuning our group mind to our co-workers' much clearer, discerning light. Taking now our stand at the midway point between the higher forces and the Middle East below. Embodying this function of being a bridge, a midway point. And as such, let us have a look down getting an overview of the psychic field of the Middle East. This planetary vortex of great intensity. See it in the global context. It's a powerful vortex in the planetary field. Let's focus in for a moment on the mental forces at play, global, regional, and local. These collective thought forms rubbing against each other, colliding, this huge mental tension, different fields of influence. And let us discern how this mental friction stirs the emotional forces into activity. And how in this heated field, physical violence erupts so quickly in such an environment. Let us just observe and contain this volatile situation with both discernment and wise love. Releasing all judging. All these many things happening at the same time in this intense place on the earth. And now, from our midway point, let us turn our eyes upwards towards the divine plan, towards that part of the divine plan that is the intended design for the Middle East. Let us take a few moments to open ourselves to sense it, to become sensitive to it. What is it that wants to work itself out in the Middle East? Holding the vibration of this intended design in our group field, and at the same time also the vibration from the condition on the ground, and bringing these two into relation. The intended design and the outer condition, and sense a magnetic relationship being set up between them. See the energies flowing between them, between these two poles. As above, so below. Let us take a moment to hold this continuity in the will to peace. See and sense a shaft of pure golden white light, broad and brilliant. Flood West Asia. See a huge column of light pouring through all planes. Hold this column steady in the will to peace. See soul light flooding the mental sphere. Envision these mental forces in the area aligning to an inclusive soul vision. Every human life is sacred. Every human life plays an important part in the overall plan, no matter how temporarily, perhaps misguided. We hold this fact in grace. And see soul light pouring into the astral plane of the Middle East, touching hearts, soothing, gently pointing towards tolerance and temperance. Pointing towards a possible way back to trust. Trust in basic human goodness. See the light pouring through into the etheric physical plane of the Middle East, penetrating into the earth, into these old separative patterns, disintegrating, dissolving them. And we call on the higher forces to help with this transmuting process. And we stand witness with our hearts, witness to the destruction and suffering, knowing that this is necessary. And we affirm that this solar plexus destructive fire will eventually transmute and rise to become the fire of love in the heart of humanity. streaming forth this fire of love through the sound of the great invocation in Hebrew and in Arabic.
מנקודת האור אשר בדעת אל, יזרום האור אל דעת האדם, ירד האור על פני האדמה. מנקודת האהבה אשר בלב האל, תזרום האהבה אל לבבות אנוש. ישוב מורה עולם על פני האדמה. מהמרכז שבו נודע רצון האל, תנחה תכלית את רצונות אדם, תכלית אותה מורי האנושות יודעים ומשרתים. מהמרכז, אשר נקרא המין האנושי, שם תוכנית האהבה והאור, ויחתם הפתח אל הרע. יהי רצון, ויחדשו אור אהבה ועוצמה, את התוכנית על פני האדמה. אמן.
من نقطة النور في العقل الإلهي ليشع النور في عقول الناس وليهبط النور إلى الأرض. من نقطة الحب في القلب الإلهي ليتسرب الحب إلى قلوب الناس وليرجع معلم الكون إلى الأرض. من المركز الذي تعرف منها إرادة الله لتقود الغاية إرادة الناس البسيطة، تلك الغاية التي يدركها المعلمون ويخدمونها. من المركز الذي ندعون بالجنس البشري لينتج تسمين الحب والنور ويختم على الباب الذي يقيم به الشر، ليجدد النور والحب والقوة التسمين على الأرض. الله أمين. Om